everybody, welcome to Toyah at Home, January 2021. I wasn't expecting to be broadcasting again for another 2 weeks, but as we're all in lockdown, I thought I'd come back to work. I wanted to be with you. We're all in this together. I am still hugely optimistic that the vaccine will get us through this. And hopefully by April, May, there will be normality and I might get to do my first live gig in over 14 months. I can't wait to be back on the road again. But I will say that doing my artwork for you and my messaging for you, I am absolutely loving it because you are telling me stories that are so special. I want to start with a question today, and we're going to have 6 pieces of music. Jonathan Goff, you mentioned that a couple of weeks ago I talked on camera about my terror of spiders, and my last encounter with a spider was in this room, and it was one of those big house spiders that scrunches up when it's afraid and then it drops to the floor and runs across the carpet. I can't bear those spiders. So one of my presents this Christmas was from a friend who felt I needed to become immersed in what I'm scared of. So she gave me a very large iron spider, and I'm actually rather in love with it. It's bigger than my hand and it now sits in a bowl of fruit and makes us laugh a lot. But I know as soon as a real spider comes along, I'm going to be in terrible trouble. But so far, that is working. So Jonathan Goff, I hope that answers your question. Perhaps facing your fears is the best way of dealing with them. Our first song today is a beautiful version of Brave New World, which was recorded by myself in the first lockdown in April 2020. This is for you. Enjoy this beautiful song. That was Brave New World, recorded in lockdown, April 2020. Thank goodness for technology, that's all I can say. Life here at the moment is incredibly hectic. I'm actually getting ready for a lead role in a very brilliant musical comedy which is going to be shot in Portugal. But as everyone knows, we are all dependent on the vaccine. Also, there's other absolutely stunning work coming up. My availability was checked yesterday for a period drama on one of the main terrestrial stations set in the 1800s. And if that comes off, I'm going to be the happiest girl in the world. And on top of that, Posh Pop, my next solo album, we are 9 songs in. There's still a lot to do. We want to put live drums on. The writing is done. It is so exciting. It is so extraordinary. It is absolutely perfect for where we all are in this time in history. But it's Toyah being the rebel, but also being an adult rebel. And I think this is a new term, that we all deserve to be rebels at a time like this where we are being told how to live, how to behave socially. And of course, it's utterly understanding why, because the virus is so infectious. But I think it's going to make new rebels of us all once we're free of these constraints. And Posh Pop really is reflecting this already. And I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to be out in the world. So it's a big time. Now, this leads to another question I have from Mestengo. I hope I got that right. You say that every time you see me sing, and I'm singing songs that are 40 years old, that I inject a passion into it. How and why is that possible? Well, all I can say is when I sing a song in front of a live audience, this is like a science test where results of tests are affected by those who observe them. I can never sing a song the same way to a different audience because the audience completely dictates and affects me in how I sing it. Now, part of that is that when I look into the audience and I see a certain song, let's say Brave New World, It's a Mystery, The Angel and Me, as examples, even Good Morning Universe, and especially Dance in the Hurricane, I look into the audience and see how these songs affect people. They take people back in time. They take people back to their first relationships, their school years, their first losses, their first heartbreak. And you can see them living these experiences during the song. How can I not be affected? I am a guardian of these songs now. I'm a guardian of your memories. And I find that when I'm singing, I cannot help but be affected positively, very rarely negatively. Last year, it was 2 years ago now, when we first performed Dance in the Hurricane in Scotland, I was singing to a sea of crying men. And that was just the most remarkable experience because I knew the song had done something remarkable, and that was emotionally move people. Another thing that happens to me when I sing is it's like an advanced yoga breathing exercise. I come alive. It's the first time I connect in the day to who and what Toyah is. It brings me alive. All my senses are acutely aware of the room. It's such a sacred experience. And I think other singers will agree that the moment you sing, the moment you take the breath in and you share the experience with the audience is probably one of the most heightened experiences of being alive. It's so special, and I respect that. So we're going to have another song now. And this was recorded between me here in this room in the April lockdown of 2020 with Dutch Rawl in New York. He's a very established dance producer. He's worked with Duran Duran, who I adore from head to toe. And this is Sensational. Tony Levin is playing bass, and also on it is Mark Cook on war guitar. So this is myself. It's quite an original interpretation of Sensational, but it's so evocative of what that first lockdown was like. This is Toyah, Nocturne, Dutch Roll, Sensational. Enjoy. 4.
Hey little wonder, don't cry. You'll be fine, we're gonna fly. We are invincible. We are. Hey little starlight, hey little soul. Hey little girl, come rock and roll. Hey little satellite, burning bright. God made you to light the night. We are invincible. We are. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. Hey little dreamer, forgotten one, come with us, we're on the run. Hey little wonder, let's fly. Touch skin, watch sky ignite. We are invincible. We are. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. 'Cause you're a star. Little dreamer, forgotten one, don't let them steal your sun. We are invincible. We are. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe, you are sensational. Hey little dreamer, look at you. You are so wonderful. Just like a burning supernova, you're sensational. Hey little star, look at you, you're so beautiful. Just like this universe. You're sensational. You're sensational. You're sensational.
That was Sensational, recorded with Dutch Roll, Tony Levin, Mark Cook, when they were in America in April's first lockdown, and I was over here in this room. So it was such a great opportunity to work with them. Now this is a present from my husband, Robert Fripp, at Christmas. It's a beautiful Fender copy. And the reason I have this is in the movie I'm about to play the lead in, I have to be able to play guitar, a little like Joan Jett. It's a serious kind of rocker part. So before this present lockdown, I've been having 6 hours guitar lessons a week. I'm already able to play many of the songs in the movie. This is a character who hasn't played guitar for 40 years, so I'm being forgiven if I'm a little rusty in the character. But this guitar is so beautiful. And what's interesting, when I work with the Toyah band and when I write with Simon Darlow, my writing is completely different to my guitar style. So my guitar style, as soon as I had this in my hands and I was working with my tutor, my guitar style is more like Motorhead. I absolutely love thrashing. I love it. I played that to Simon Darlow yesterday, and Simon is such a great writer. He just said, I can do something with that. And we recorded and wrote a song yesterday called Kill the Rage. And it's fabulous. And it's all based on this. Wow, I just adore it. I adore it. I've been learning how to play Teen Spirit, Enter the Sandman, which is for me very complex. I've only been playing for a month. I adore it. I have written in the past a lot on guitar. Ophelia's Shadow is all guitar based, and one of the questions this week is, why does this album not get talked about? It's an album that many people are incredibly passionate about. I used Tony Jabor on guitar, Trey Gunn of King Crimson on war guitar, and Paul Beavis on drums. It's such a beautiful album. We were left alone to write this in Dorset, and we just spent every day of one particular month in 1986, I believe, just every day writing. And I would go home back to my piano and I would come up with these beautiful images, Ophelia carrying her suitcase of dreams and a killing jar in which to kill them in. These really beautiful surreal images. So Ophelia's Shadow is now part of Toyah's solo re-releases, so it's out there and it is available. And I like to think that I am breaking new ground now. The music industry has pricked up its ears and is listening again, and I think this will allow albums like Prostitute, like Ophelia's Shadow, to get some airplay and get some attention. It's been an absolutely phenomenal 24 months and it's getting better. So I'm very, very optimistic about everything. So thank you for asking about Ophelia's Shadow. It's a little hidden gem. Now this next song is Chris Wong, myself and Mike Nicol in an acoustic session at the Powerhouse Studios in Chiswick, London.
Somewhere in the distance, hidden from my view, suspended in the atmosphere, waiting to come through. Sometimes it's so far away, sometimes it's very near. A sound being carried by the wind, just light enough to hear. I feel its power within me, bells ringing in my head. Often I have heard its cry, but forgotten what it said. It's a mystery, oh, it's a mystery. searching for a clue. Oh, it's a mystery to me. A shot in the dark, the big question mark in history. Is it a mystery to you? It can treat you with a vengeance. It's gonna trip you in the dark. Sirens in the distance are gonna steer you from your path. It's gonna lift you to the heavens. Put your troubles in the past. Whisper the lecture and vanish in a blast. It's a mystery, oh, it's a mystery. I'm still searching for a clue. Oh, it's a mystery to me. A shot in the dark, the big question mark in history. Is it a mystery to you? It's a mystery to me. A mystery to me. To me, to me, to me. It's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. I'm still searching for a clue. Oh, it's a mystery to me. A shot in the dark, the big question mark in history. Is it a mystery to you? It's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. I'm still searching for a clue. Oh, it's a mystery to me. A shot in the dark, the big question mark in history. Is it a mystery to you? Yeah.
Now, Adele Dunn has asked me a really interesting question. It's a question close to my heart. So I'm just backing into this is my office, my creative space. And Adele, you've asked about these crystals on my shelves. I have 22 specimen crystals. They're very, very large. Some are so large I can't even lift them. So I'm going to talk you through the ones that I am particularly fond of. This is amethyst. It's just very, very beautiful. And for those who are listening on the podcast, it stands over, I'd say, 15 inches high. It's unliftable. And it's one of these modern carved pieces. It's in the shape of a flame. This is labradorite. Labradorite is incredibly powerful. It opens up your psychic abilities. That's how the healers use it. So it gives you insight, it sharpens your instinct, it also protects you. My favorite sphere is this beautiful orange one, and it's a calcite. I've been trying to look up its exact name. I've never seen anything like it, and these came into my home let me think, March 2020 from a show in Arizona, a professional crystal show festival in Arizona, and they came in before lockdown. So they're very, very precious to me. But the one that I find energetically incredibly special, we've got a garnet up there, which is large. That is rough ruby. Can you believe that's ruby in its natural state? and it's huge. It's absolutely, I can't even lift it. But my super creative one is Colombian jade, and this stands at 15 inches high. Again, I cannot lift it. Whenever I touch that, it's like being plugged into a wall. If I'm writing and I walk over to it and hold it, wow, it just gives me clarity. It gives me creative clarity. So I am incredibly passionate about stones. We live on rock. We come from rock. We were carried into this phenomenal galaxy on rock. So it makes complete sense to me that this has vibrational quality that can inform us. I absolutely adore these stones and respect them and love them. And of course, they're big, shiny and bright colours, which I love as well. So Adele, thank you so much for that question. And I hope I've given you an insight as to why I love the stones so much. They all bring a different quality into my life. And I just believe they're as much a part of Mother Nature as a forest is. They speak to us. They're beautiful, beautiful things. Now, another question I want to answer is Dave Proctor. You asked me musically, who would I like to be paired with? Well, I love being paired with anyone. I think it's an honour to work with other musicians. Gorgeous Beverly Craven of the song Promise Me, who I've donated some clothes to for her clothes sale. She has asked to come and do backing vocals on Posh Pop along with Judy Zook. So there's a beautiful pairing there, and a pairing that we're going to make happen. And I love the idea of that. But if I was in an ideal world, I'd love to be paired with Lana Del Rey and Patti Smith, because they are both chalk and cheese and both utterly brilliant. I adore Patti, and I think my voice could work with hers incredibly well. And thank you for the question, Dave, because I think at a time like this, we are allowed to daydream, and let's see what comes out of it. Thank you for that question. So our next song comes with me and the Toyah Band, recorded remotely. Me here, Chris Wong, Andy Doble in Dover, John Humphrey on drums in Dartford, and Mike Nichols from Guildford. And this is a brilliant song off my very first album, Sheep Farming in Barnet, and it's called Our Movie.
Shadow into the trees. Be my tall black ghost moved by the breeze. We shine that movie into the sky. Watch this
That was our movie recorded with myself and the Toyah band in a kind of lockdown, but remotely around the UK, beaming into this room. Our movie is Off Sheep Farming in Barnet, which was re-released after about 40 years on the 11th of December 2020, and it went into the top 40 of the national charts for the first time ever the following week, which was one hell of a Christmas present for me. It just made me so happy because I think it's a beautiful, beautiful punk album. So thank you to the Toyah band for that performance as well. Now there's a question here that I just want to read to you, and I think it's just so important, especially now we are in a third lockdown. Derek Mahoney: how have the live streams from home, that's Toyah at Home, Robert and Toyah's Agony Aunts, and the Sunday Lunch, helped us mentally through this really difficult past year? I've taken great comfort from what we have done. Well, that's so good to know, Derek, because we do it because we want to share laughs with people. And Derek, you say, as someone who recently overcame depression and anxiety, I appreciate these moments when we get live gigs. So you say, how have we coped through doing these live streams? Derek, they have been so important to us. Firstly, they started because I noticed my husband was not going out into the open air at all in April. He was sitting in his study all day long, every day, and he was perfectly happy, but he wasn't in command of his body. And I believe that you have to get out there, you have to get exercise, you get your blood moving, you get yourself oxygenated, you let the sun touch your skin for that vitamin D. So I started this as a project to get him re-engaged with the world. And very, very quickly we started to reach very large audiences, and we were getting hits and likes from around the world, from the Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, Africa. It just took off, and that was kind of our oxygen because we felt in contact with the world during this very special time, and we felt responsibility as well. Robert and I, are not the type of people that ever feel sorry for ourselves. Robert does have a reputation of fighting the industry, but what's been really beautiful about working with him on all of these films is he's seen a different side to life, and he has lightened up and is having more fun. He is now completely addicted to these weekly filmings that we do, these broadcasts. He talks about it, he has ideas, he's contributing. I mean, I am doing the majority of it because I'm directing the films, I'm creating the ideas, I create the lighting and the camera work and all of that. But he's now really engaged and he's so excited about it. And every single day, at least 10 times a day, he's checking the stats, reading the comments, feeding back to me, and it has helped him so much. And this is the first 12 months in 35 years of marriage that we have been together 24 hours a day. I feel I've got to know him, and this rather special genius of a man, I have learnt, is as dyspraxic as me. He's left-handed. I tried to teach him to make an omelette the other day, and he can't do, let's say we can all do that. He can't do it, but he can play guitar like a dream. So you ask Derek, how has it affected us? It's been an honour. We've grown throughout this. We get so much from doing our lyric art for you because we get stories about what you have been through, and we take that as a responsibility from the heart, giving back to you. It's the same with the video messaging. We have really grown from this. Music for me is no longer about my fame and my creativity, it's actually about sharing something and connecting with you. And I think a lot of people have experienced this in the last year, that never before in the whole of my 40 years of being a working singer and actress have I ever felt so connected to an audience. And it's because there is a truth, there's a great leveler, we're all in the same boat. And it's been very, very special. There have been times when I don't think I've been down. I've been too busy to be down, and realizing that I need to create new creative avenues to stay connected to you all. That has stopped me from feeling down. But I've always dealt with depression. And when I mean depression, I mean numbness by extreme physical exercise, which suits me. So it has been an absolutely remarkable year. We've lost people, there has been grief, but there's been the most enormous spiritual growth. And I will always look back on this year and be grateful for that spiritual growth. So thank you for that question, Derek. Now, we've got a performance of you of IER, which is done me on my own, solo, in my green screen studio, just for you. So enjoy. This is for you, IER. was IER off Blue Meaning. We've got a Blue Meaning special coming up in a couple of weeks because Cherry Red Records are re-releasing Blue Meaning. We managed, Craig Astley, Alan Sawyers and myself, to get the artwork all done and delivered, and it's fabulous. It's a really excellent package of this very dark gothic album. So that's coming out very soon. CD, extra DVD footage, and it's coming out in vinyl as well. So we're really excited about that. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have a Blue Meaning special with the Toyah Band and lots of unseen performances way back 40 years ago. I want to finish on a question from Willow, and this surprised me so much. You say, Willow, you met me in Israel when you were on holiday and I had a picture taken with you and you were completely starstruck. Well, in the 90s, I worked on BBC's holiday programme. I was a holiday correspondent, and it didn't mean I was going on holiday all the time because I would have, this was my schedule in 1 week. 3 days in Bermuda, fly to Switzerland, 2 days in Switzerland, fly to Miami, 3 days in Miami, come back, sleep, and then I'd be off again, usually to places like Israel, Cyprus, Italy. It was a fabulous experience, and I met the most wonderful people like you, Willow. So I remember being in Israel twice. The first time I was in Israel was to go to the Sea of Galilee and to film holidays by the Sea of Galilee, which was lovely. And then the second time I went was for a Millennium Special, 1999, to film Jerusalem. And I just fell in love with Jerusalem. It is a truly magical place where all the main faiths meet, and there is tolerance within the souks. And this is what moved me amazingly. There were so many Muslims there from Bradford who had stalls in the souks, and they were talking to me and telling me about how much they loved Jerusalem. And then you'd have all these tourists from around the world. It is an extraordinary city, and it was a great honour to be there. And I think I might have met you then, Willow. I'm so glad I got to Israel and to Jerusalem in my working life. I would love to go back as a singer and perform there, because Minx, believe it or not, my album Minx, which was I think 1984-85, was my biggest selling audience for that album was Israel. So I'd love to go back. I have a great passion for the place. So we're going to go out with a very special performance of Race Through Space, which is off Sheep Farming in Barnet, and this is at the Rainbow Theatre. And before I announce the band, I want to say to you, I will see you next week. Toyah and Robert Agony Aunts is on tonight, and Sunday Lunch tomorrow, and it really is a goodie. It's such an honour to do this for you. If you want me to do artwork for you, the addresses will follow in a minute, as will celebrity messaging. I absolutely adore hearing your stories and doing this artwork for you. There's been some very special moments with that artwork, and you know who I'm talking about if you've ordered it. It's been such an honour to do this. I love it. We're going to keep it going just for you. So this is Race Through Space at the Rainbow Theatre with Joel Bogan, Phil Spalding, Nigel Glocker and Adrian Lee. See you very soon. Lots of love from Toyah. This one's called Race Through Space. Please show me a place. We race through space like a dying race. Music shoots through my eyes, and I'm trapped in a chamber. Whoa, hollow sound.